Hi guys, welcome back to the Big Sew Along. I'm Ginny, and as always, I thank you very much for choosing to spend some time with me. I am back after yet another week off. Those of you who watch me regularly will know that I have been working, I've been having my kitchen remodeled for the last little over a month, about 5 weeks. It is now completely finished, and I will get into that in a minute. But that is why I was not here again last week. It just has really interfered with my sewing and recording time. So last week, sorry, the week before last, in my last video, I was talking to you guys about raw edges on knit garments. And I just wanted to point out that Charlotte left a comment in that video. She had a great suggestion for getting the edges to curl by just inserting a strip of fabric in between your seam. In any case, if you're interested, just go back and read the comments in that last video. I will link it for you below. It's Charlotte that made that comment. I thought it was a really good idea, and I am definitely going to try that. The other thing is, in my last video, I said that this week we would be talking about like some things I've been working on for summer, and it occurred to me after I said that I actually haven't made anything for summer. As I said, my sewing time has been really reduced for the last month. What I have done is made a few muslins of things that I want to make for summer. So really, this video is going to be about more like plans I have for summer. Before we get into that, back to my kitchen renovation. For those of you who don't know, my husband and I bought this house 2 years ago, almost exactly 2 years ago. This house was built in 1937, and the kitchen, I believe, was remodeled somewhere between 1979 and 1982. You can see these pictures here. I have a long, narrow galley kitchen, so it's not an eat-in kitchen or anything. It's very small. It's also hard to take pictures of because of that, but you can see in these pictures that this kitchen was in pretty bad shape. These cabinets were painted over at some point, so they weren't really chipping. The paint wasn't chipping or anything like that, but it just looked really all like there was no definition between any of the edges because they were all painted exactly the same sort of like bonish beigey color. In addition to that, many of the cabinet doors over the last few years have just completely fallen off. You can see in some of these pictures it's pretty dreadful. So here are pictures of my finished kitchen. Again, I apologize for the lame photographs. It's a combination of me being able to photograph and the what's it called? The shape of my kitchen. But here you see what we have finished. It's all like dark brown wood cabinetry, white countertops, and they're like white quartz countertops, and this backsplash is this really cool vintage Japanese tile from the 70s that I found at a place called the Vintage Tile Shop, I think. If I can find it again, I'll link it for you guys below because they had really, really cool stuff. It was a little bit of a nail biter because I couldn't get samples of it or anything. I just looked at it online and thought that's what I want, and so I got it, and I'm really happy with it. I love it. I love my new kitchen. I have a lot more storage space now, which is very nice, especially in such a small kitchen. So anyways, thank you all so much for bearing with me over the last month or 5 weeks. I really, really appreciate it. Now let's talk about some sewing. I have a few things planned for the summer. Not a ton, because to be honest with you guys, I probably don't need any more clothes. But there's some that I want. So let's start with the pants. The first pair of pants I want to make are these pants right here. Well, actually, I'll show you first. This picture right here, I can't remember where I got this picture, but this is my inspiration for these pants. I'm not trying to make exactly these pants. It was just sort of, this was sort of the look I was going for. And I came across these pants. I think it's called the Naia, N-A-I-A pants from Tessuti. I have actually already made a muslin of these, and I did have to do some slight alterations, but I think the pattern is all now ready to go, so I can get working on that. And I'm pretty sure, at least for the first pair, I'm just going to make those in a solid white linen. I do have a nice one that I received, that nice slightly heavier weight white linen that I got from Fab Ricks not that long ago. The other pair of pants I really want to make is one that you guys have been suggesting to me. A lot of you guys have suggested to me. It's this one. It's Simplicity 9907. This comes in a two-piece pattern. It's got an apron in there and these pants. I'm not opposed to this apron, but I have 100 apron patterns. They're all essentially this. What I really bought this for was the pants, and I left my fabrics as usual. Whew, okay. And I think I am going to make those pants out of this black, very nice cotton e-cot that I got from Fab Ricks. I will leave a link to anybody that I can remember, any of the stores I can remember. I'll leave a link for you below, along with the patterns. So anyways, Simplicity 9907 will hopefully be in this amazing e-cot from Fab Ricks. And then, this is a total oddball, you guys, but I might do it. I haven't quite decided, but I have been looking at this pattern by Nomi. It's ME2048. This is actually a men's pattern for a drop crotch sort of jogger, which you all know is like right up my alley. I have no idea how this is going to work out. So I'm going to have to make a muslin of this first, and I have no idea what fabric I will use, but those of you who've watched my channel for a while know how much I love a drop crotch, and a drop crotch jogger like this is way, way, way up my alley. Okay, so I bought the size AA in this, which is a 34 to 42, thinking that like 42 would be fine. However, the hip on the 42 is only 43 inches, it looks like. So that's probably not big enough. My hips are 40 inches, so I might have to play with that pattern a little bit. It's also for a knit, so again, I don't know what I'm going to use for that, but if nothing else, I will definitely get a muslin of this done, or a sample of it done, or a wearable muslin, something, so that I could make this for the fall, because I think it'd be really cool with a big sweater and like chunky boots. Okay, I think those are my 3 pants. The rest are dresses and tunic kind of things, so we'll go through those really quickly. The first one is the Rae dress from Tessuti. I've been looking at this dress for a really long time. There are 2 versions, a short sleeve and a sleeveless. It looks like this one comes just below the knee or just right at the knee. I will probably make it a little bit longer. Again, those of you who know me know that I like my skirts and dresses to be like a little, like more like at the top of my calf. In any case, I think I'm going to make that dress out of this plaid linen. This is actually red, white, and blue. I can't remember what I originally purchased this for. I bought it from thefabricstore.com, and I bought it probably in 2020 and during the pandemic, so I've had it for a while. But I think it would be really cute for that dress. I like the idea of using, having the gathers around the neck and the sleeves in a plaid. It'll make it bunch up a little bit, and I think that's pretty cool. I also have this, I don't know if you'll be able to tell. This is like pink on pink gingham. So it's not white and pink. It's like light pink and darker pink. Just in my screen, it reads just solid pink, but it's not. And this is a lightweight cotton that I got from Stone Mountain & Daughter. I love this fabric, and I've been hanging on to it for about a year trying to decide what to do with it. So if I like the Rae dress, I might make it out of this as well. The other thing I really have been wanting to make for ages and ages, and I'll show you my inspiration for this here. It's a photo. I think I showed you guys this last spring or summer, because that's how long I've been wanting to make it. I think I'm going to use the So Liberated Sencha pattern, which I'll show you here. And I have this red cotton with these little teeny like orange checks in it. Orange, not orange, almost like pink little spots in it. This is from Diamond Textiles, and I got this at Rusty Pro Quilt Shop. Again, I think I bought this last year when I was originally thinking of making this dress, but this year I'm gonna get it done. I'm going to make it, I'm going to use the Sencha top again, and I'm just going to use the sleeveless version and make it longer for a dress. I recently picked up a couple of patterns from Pattern Emporium. One of them is another one that I've been looking at for ages, and it is the Sunkissed Kaftan, which I really want to make, and I think I am going to make this in this like sort of tunic-y length version, but I do have 2 fabrics for this, and I probably will make one of them a longer version. So one of the fabrics I have is this, which is a silk Georgette. It's almost see-through, but not quite. And I really love the black, white, and pink. And I think for the neckband, I will use just a plain black silk charmeuse that I have. If I like this, and this fabric is pretty special. I really do love it, but I also have this fabric, which I've had for a really long, not really long, but probably 6 years. This fabric is a vintage 1970s, like, I know that this has some cotton in it, but it also does have some bits that melt, so I don't know what is in this. It's pretty drapey, so I don't know that it's polyester, but maybe it is, who knows. Anyways, this print is enormous, and it's super bold, so I feel like this needs to be on something that is like kind of a larger, like a wide piece. It's not, I don't want it to be cut up into a bunch of different pieces, because I'm never going to be able to match this fabric. I don't have enough of it, and yeah, I think that would be too difficult. Anyway, so that's why I thought the Sunkissed Kaftan would be really good for this. I don't have a fabric for the contrast neckband, but I'm pretty sure I could find something. If not in my stash, then somewhere else. Last but not least, I really want to make this pattern. This is Mccalls 8452. And I'm thinking about making version B, which is, it's a cargo skirt sort of thing. Version B is about, it's the length I like. It looks like it's about somewhere between your knee, at the bottom of your knee and the middle of your calf. And it has a drawstring cord at the bottom. There's nothing really all that special about that. It's just a pretty simple A-line skirt. It's got a front and back center seam. What I really like though is these pockets are pretty cool. I think it's got 2 different pockets. One has flaps, one has zippers. I really like it. I think that's going to be really cool. It does suggest for fabrics, Dupioni, lightweight nylon, ripstop taffeta. My plan was to make it out of this cotton sort of cartoon print twill. This is another purchase I made back in 2020 during the pandemic when I was locked in my house. And I got this from MarcyTilton.com. I am going to have to try this pattern first on something lighter and see how it works. This fabric is actually, it's a stretch cotton. It's not heavy, but I'm not sure if it's too heavy for this. I think it'll work. I do have some other fabrics I can use to make this up if that doesn't work out. My question for you guys is, I don't really wear a lot of skirts. And this is probably why. I feel like unless it's a pencil skirt or a tube skirt, I feel like it's really hard for me to figure out what to wear on top of it, because as you know, most of my clothes are pretty oversized and voluminous. So I don't know. I mean, I'm most certainly not wearing a crop top with it. But I'm not this crop top anyway. But do I wear something shorter and boxier, or do you think it's better to wear something a little bit longer that lays over the top? Do I have to tuck something in? That's not going to happen. So anyways, let me know what you think. I'm curious to know what tops you suggest for this skirt right here. All right, you guys, my kitchen is finished and my travels are finished for the end of the summer. So now I have some serious sewing time coming up, which means I should have some more things to show you next week. I am still working on a video for raw edges on woven fabrics, and that'll be in the next couple of weeks. So until then, I wish you all happy sewing.